Sales is one of the most valuable skills to have in 2025, but most people overcomplicate it. You're being taught all these fancy frameworks, but at the end of the day, you're quite unsure how to implement them into your sales calls. And the reason I know this is because I've closed more than 8 million in sales last year, and I've used none of these fancy techniques. So that's why in this video, I'm going to show you 4 simple rules to follow in each and every single one of your sales calls to improve your closing rates. And we'll start with number 1, the objection handling flip drill. You see, most people hear an objection and they freeze. They look at the Andy Elliott sales script, then they look at Jeremy Miner's sales script, and they're quite unsure, how do I handle objections at the end of the day? I use none of these scripts. What I like to do is use the prospect's objection against them and get them to buy because of it. Here's how that looks like. When the prospect gives you an objection, you can turn it into the reason why they should move forward. For example, if someone gives you a money objection, here's what to do. They say, I don't have the money right now. And now what you say is this. Yeah, it makes sense you don't have the resources because you don't have the right skills and guidance to get more money, right? And that's why people come to us for, so they can learn the right skills, get the right guidance and support, so they can make more money. So for you, how do you feel you can get resourceful to learn the skills so you can actually make more money? So now we turned the money objection into the reason why they should do this. We created a knowledge gap that they have in terms of not being able to make as much money, and now they have to invest so they can earn more. Now, another skill that I want you to have is objection inception. So again, instead of you trying to handle the objection, ask them how they handle their own objection. So when they give you the objection, I don't have any money right now, ask them, do you ever get clients like that where they tell you that they don't have the money? They're gonna say yes if they're selling a B2B offer. Now ask them, when a prospect comes to you and they say they don't have the money, do you feel that they really don't have the money and any money to invest in themselves? Or most probably they have a concern and they're not able to get resourceful to find the money? So now they will say, yeah, it's probably because they have a concern. If they knew they would get results, they would go and find the money. And now I'll put it back on them. Okay, so when it comes to your situation, what's your main concern for moving forward so we can get resourceful and find the money? So you can do this. So now what happened is I have them handle their own objection instead of me trying to do all the hard work to overcome their own objection. Now, being able to handle objections is a great skill to have, but we can also prevent objections by looking at tip number 2. And this is what I call the weak word analysis. You see, most sales reps sabotage the sale without even realizing it. They think they sound confident, they think they sound certain, but they're actually creating objections through the language they use during the call. The moment the prospect feels uncertainty coming from you, they will pull away. And they won't even tell you that. And this is why I've developed a specific way to strip all the negative, assumptive, or weak language so you can actually create certainty for your prospect. Going forward, I want you to record every single one of your calls. Then take the transcripts out of 10 sales calls and throw it up in ChatGPT. And now tell it to scan all the transcripts and spot all the weak words or weak language that strips away your status. Now the result will be all the weak words that actually destroy your credibility and status. Now you'll take the remaining language that you have from these transcripts and I want you to throw it up into Hemingway app. The Hemingway app is a language editor that will help you be a lot more concise and precise when it comes to your language. Using simpler and more potent words will help people digest what you tell them. By running all your transcripts through the Hemingway app will help you decrease the complexity of your language, so when you say a sentence to the prospect, it will immediately land and will remove confusion. Now, eliminating weak words is powerful, but it also matters how you say those words. And this is where your tonality comes in. Because you can have the best script in the world, but if your tonality is off and you lack certainty there, it will throw off the conversation. And this is why the 5 tonalities come in: stoic, curious, skeptical, certain, and fatherly. I want you to use this palette of tonalities across the parts of your call. So as you walk your way through transcripts, You have to practice the main sentences of your presentation and run them through these 5 tonalities. Now, if you want my full training on what tonality to use and when, make sure to watch my relevant video above. What also matters is inflection and deflection when it comes to your tone. To get more targeted answers from your prospects, you have to know which word of each sentence to highlight. For example, why is now making a change important for you? When I highlight the word now, I drum up urgency in the prospect's mind. Now, there's another way to say that sentence. Why is now important to make a change in your situation? Now, I'm highlighting the term change. If I notice that the prospect is very hesitant around making a change, I have to highlight that word to spark in their mind that need to create a change. So, want to create urgency? Emphasize words like now and why now. If you want to get deeper answers, emphasize words like change. Now this brings us to point number 4 that I call the 3 no rule. Most people pitch their offer and the moment they get the first no, their pants drop and they're unsure where do they go from there. They typically wave the prospect goodbye and just keep following up until the prospect ghosts them. But when you get the first no, that's where actually the real sale begins. Pro sales professionals take it a step further, so they're not going to end the call until they hear at least 3 no's or 3 objections that they will try to overcome. So what you want to do to build this muscle is practice 3 closing phases. Here's how that looks like. The prospect gives you, this sounds fine, but I don't have the money right now. That's no issues. If you had the money, would you do this? Yes, I would. Why would you do this though? Well, you're gonna help me get more sales and become more successful. Okay, yeah, and that's the reason why most people come to us. Now, how do you feel you can get resourceful to find the money so you can put into my sales coaching so you can make more sales? Well, I'm not quite sure if I can do that. Finances are tight, and I'm not quite sure if I can find the resources right now. Yeah, that's not a problem at all. May I ask, is it about you having the actual money or you maybe having a concern around investing in yourself? Yeah, I have the money, but I'm not 100% sure that this is for me. So now we have one no, we're redirecting the main objection from a money objection to a fear objection. Now we will press on. Yes, and I 100% understand where you're coming from. May I ask, what's your main concern around you moving forward? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if this will work for me, and I've invested in courses before. That's understandable. Now, if we've helped hundreds of people like you get more sales in your industry specifically, what do you feel is going to hold you back from getting results though? Now again, we're in the second closing phase where we're proving to the prospect that we have helped hundreds of people and we're putting the responsibility of the decision back on them. Now they're gonna come back with the next no. Yeah, I'm sure you've helped hundreds of people, but my situation feels a bit unique and I've been burned before in the past, so I wanna make sure that I'm making an informed decision. So now they dig their heels deeper into that fear objection. Now I need to reframe their perspective around, instead of making decisions from the past, to making decisions from their future version of themselves. Here's how that looks like. Chris, may I be 100% transparent with you here? Yeah, 100%. Now tell me, aside from the concern that you have about moving forward, are you 100% satisfied with where you are in life right now? I'm not. If I was, I wouldn't be talking to you. Okay, and do you feel the mindset that we make decisions from dictates the results that we're getting in the future? Yes, it does. So let me ask you, if you keep making decisions from the mindset where it got you to a place where you're not 100% happy, do you feel you'll get to where you want to go, or that will require a mindset shift from your end? Yeah, I probably need to change my mindset. Well, help me understand what happens if you don't have a mindset shift and you end up getting stuck, feeling not 100% happy with where you are. Well, I'll keep getting stuck, I won't be getting results. So Chris, if we need to make a mindset shift and we need to start thinking and acting as the person you want to become, what's the best next step for us to put yourself in the best possible position so you can get more sales and grow? Yeah, I'll probably need to do this. Probably? Yeah, I know I need to do this to improve. Okay, so where do you feel we should go from here? So if you look back at this scripting, you'll see that I have multiple cases of no, no, no to a yes. After reframing him 3 times, I got them to a point where he is ready to move forward. Now, these are 4 great exercises to improve your skill set to get more sales, but there are also some silent hacks you can introduce into your calls so you can have what I call invisible influence on your prospect. So if you want to see the 5 psychology tricks to help you sell anything, make sure to watch this video right here, and I'll see you there.